And then after this interactive resources map and kind of geography map, the teacher here wanted to really focus on the beginning question. Here was a prompt. This whole lesson here was leading to this essay or open response question. ORQ is where you refer to them in Kentucky. And the prompt would be, despite the fact that the majority of immigrants to the British North American colonies all came from the same cultural background, by 1730 they developed into 3 distinctly different cultures. Assess the validity of this statement. And now here's a great opportunity to have your class brainstorm together, because first she's given us 3 sentences, color-coded, different colors, and if you want to add in you and yourself, you just click on the text box and here, and then you just click here, and you can change your font colors and your fonts and make them bold, whatever you want to do. John is cool, maybe not. It's really easy to use these. If you decide, oh, I don't want that in there or something like that, you, again, just click the undo button. Oh, I keep hitting it one too many times. But back to the point of this slide was that, let me get back to my select tool here. You can have your students brainstorm and say, okay, now, here's our prompt. Which is our background sentence? Which sentence answers the question sentence? And then, of course, which sentence is a thesis, which we'll talk about in the rest of the paper. And this is really to help students here develop an introductory paragraph. And so the students can brainstorm, and this one seems to be pretty obvious as overpopulation strained English resources, but then here maybe it's not quite as obvious which one's the thesis sentence and which one answers the question. And so maybe your students at first think about it and they say, well, let's arrange them like this. And then they read the paragraph out loud and they say, no, upon second thought, maybe we should switch these two. So they do, they switch them. See how easy it is to switch. And now they can read that paragraph out loud. And then maybe you have some brilliant student who says, teacher, I would like to write my own introductory paragraph. Is there an opportunity we could do that? Or maybe you can even have the class brainstorm on this. And so here there's a nice blank page that, again, you can enter the text here. And of course, it's at 48. You want to change your font down to something more manageable. And say here, maybe this is your background sentence. And then, you just click off. And again, you can put your thesis sentence. And it's very easy to manipulate. And after this, you can go back up here to select point and move those around however you want to arrange them. Change the colors if you want to. You can come in here and use the pen, and maybe it's easier sometimes just to brainstorm. Use this page to brainstorm and talk about what were some of the things geographically that led to the culture of the colonies. And of course, in North Carolina and South Carolina, we know that tobacco was. And so you just come in here and write tobacco real quick. If you have your pen that you're picking up, where I'm doing this with a mouse, it'd be much easier, much quicker. You can just quickly write that up there. Up north, we know there was good fishing. And there were furs, all sorts of stuff. Of course, there are a lot of big furniture companies up in New York, originated in New England, and you can just come in there and add all sorts of stuff. Some of the things that I think could have been added into this lesson here to, of course, the teacher's purpose here was to truly address this prompt. But say, for example, you wanted to do something else. Here, you can come in here and insert questions, and these are for your Smart Notebook response. You can use this with a clicker, and there's even apps on your iPhone, and you can come in here and add in these questions if you want. You can add in a new page for this, just like this, and it'll create it here. And you can type in the classroom name for your receiver. And of course you set all this up with your clickers and everything, and I'm not going to go through the whole process, but then you can come in here and make your question and answers, and have the students respond to it, and it'll collect it for you. Again, that was not one of the original intents of this lesson, but I thought I'd just show that to you because I think that's actually one of the most beneficial uses of the smart technology, is to use a smart response with the Smart Notebook. It's very efficient and can be compatible with your iPads, iPhones, laptops, or even individual clickers that you buy outside of that. And then of course, once you do all this, you want to save it throughout so you don't lose your work. I have this one saved to my desktop, so I just hit save there and it quickly saves it, and you can close it off and bring it back up. When you get ready to view it for the class, you can just take this down here to your full screen view. Of course, you might need to adjust your size here, say entire width, or maybe you can come in here and select all these different things, and you can see the control 1, 2, 3, 4, 9 are some shortcuts, and there's all sorts of cool stuff in here. Creative pens you can use to write and color all over with, and it's wonderful. I like Arabic myself, so my name in Arabic is Johanna, which is written like so. Johanna. Anyways, I really appreciate you taking the time to sit here with me and endure this lesson, and hopefully it becomes beneficial to you in your classroom and helps you to produce a more efficient classroom and a more engaging classroom to really reach your students and challenge them. And again, this is just a very quick introduction, and once you get in here and play with this and explore with it, there's so many more options of adding in. You can do screen captures from your computer. You can use various tools with it, document camera, and again, there's measurement tools and charts and tables and all sorts of just great stuff to add in here. And you can go to their website as well and find many more resources that are free or very cost efficient. Thank y'all and have a wonderful afternoon.